We're up. Oh, what a fantastic start to the week here on Monday. It is Monday, September 12th. Glad to have you with us here on Mornings on Main Street. I'm Chris Yao, and I'm joined as always by Justin Coolidge, who is dropping the beat this morning early and hopefully often. Looking forward to that. That's good stuff right there. It's
thought you might like that.
Yeah, anytime we can get a little beat drop in the morning, I'm always good for it. And
nothing wrong with it.
I'll tell you what, man, this Monday morning, folks still a little late getting to work. It maybe or something because there's quite a bit of traffic here in downtown Nashville.
Right, you're right. They're probably all the other team. I don't even want to mention their name that we played last night. All the tourists still hanging around. What was it? New York. How do you pronounce it? New York. I am a mean type of fan base. Isn't that how they say it?
The Ye Ants or something? I have no idea.
Yeah, Hyant. I think the Hyants.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that New York hasn't won a season opener in 7 years. You get season tickets and
see, I still believe.
Yeah, well,
but I'm really upset. I'm really upset. And I heard you just said that stat that was repeated about 1.5 times by every single Giants person last night. So not the fact that I have season tickets, and that's the reason. Do it.
That's definitely the reason why we lost.
Oh, I know
for sure.
I mean,
definitely not 3rd and 1 tight end sweeps.
I know.
Definitely not that.
And you know what? You know what's crazy? So you watched the game?
Oh, of course I did. Yes.
So you saw Dontrell Hilliard. He has the best hands I've seen ever. Like he straight up mossed a guy, like to catch that first touchdown, and then swung to the right on another one, got another touchdown receiving. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, is there in Todd Downing's head? And I'm not criticizing. I couldn't be an offensive coordinator, right? But if something's working so well, could we maybe just try that again?
It's only worked twice, Todd. Maybe one more time.
Literally with
giggles.
Like we have Derrick Henry. You fake it to Derrick. Don't throw it to Dontrell. He's ready. He's cool for it.
And just so many terrible things. And look, I do that Todd Downing improved at times. He did.
Right.
There were some times where I thought, wow, great play draw, great play call. Both of those 1st and 20s, the one that ended up with the touchdown, but also the throw to Burks that ended up being a first down after a holding call negated a big play.
Right.
Yeah. It was a really. I thought he did well at times, but then also there were some times where it was like, and I see this so often, mostly at the high school level, but watch me coach kind of guys.
Right.
Like watch me outsmart you instead of just doing what you do. And
like trying to overdo it a little bit.
They are trying to be smarter than the other person or be smarter than the average person, and you end up outsmarting yourself rather than someone else, and that's a problem.
Right. And my dad – or go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that I'm with you.
Right. That's the thing too is my dad brought up a great point. If you looked at the game and didn't look at the score, you would 1,000% think that the Titans just ran over the Giants as far as gameplay and aggressiveness. But at halftime, I mean, we just got out coached. They found the spots where we were weak at. One of them was number 26, Saquon Barkley. He's a weakness for every single defense. But every time Daniel Jones dropped back, he would either scramble or fake handoff, scramble, and then throw it to somebody that was wide open. I mean, they found the gaps
Mhm.
of our defense, and when it came down to execution, I've never seen Tannehill look better. To be honest,
I
I
thought
mean,
he looked
even the way
great.
he jogged onto the field, his poise was fantastic, um, and the execution was there. And then at halftime, the Giants coaching staff got in a room and they were like, "Look, we're not going to win unless we do this," and they did that. So,
Yep. Credit to Brian Daboll and the New York Football Giants.
honestly,
I said it on Friday. You
yep.
heard me. They're not a great football team, which
Hmm.
means the Titans were going to make it a great football game.
Right.
Uh, Not a single team in the AFC South won this weekend, and two of them played one another. Not a great start to the year.
So I was at when the Titans lose, I don't even like looking at a football, so I didn't really watch anything else. What do you talk? Do we tie or something, or did
The
we?
Colts
Did
and
AFC
Texans tied.
They did.
Yes.
That is such a Colts and Texan thing.
And I was, and this is probably my fault. I was making fun of them the whole time. I'm like, how did you tie the Texans? Oh, media darlings. Not a great start for the media darlings. And then we go out and do that.
Right, and I went to the season opener last year against Arizona Cardinals, which I won't talk for a very long time about because of how sad that was.
Brutal.
But honestly, it was worse. The loss yesterday was worse
Yeah.
because last
Chance to
year,
win.
right, exactly, because it
And
was
we got our butts kicked last year.
yeah, last year it was like we're not making it to the playoffs, like the walk back from the
got our
bridge.
butts kicked. And this game was way worse. And so, look, it is what it is. I'll probably get more into it
Mhm.
with we have Joe Rexrod on today on Main Street Sports today,
Nice.
2:00. So check that out. We'll definitely dive in hard to the Titans and Tennessee, as he was up in Pittsburgh to watch
What a game.
the Tennessee Pitt game. Yeah, so big weekend
For sure.
So lots to talk about today. Got three great stories coming your way, and I've got something special here, Justin. And to get to it, we have to do something else first, and that is the weather.
Yes, let's do it. The weather today is brought to you by Roy Meat Service, your local Nashville meat shop. They are fantastic for anything you want to grill, whether it be mac and cheese. Sorry, wouldn't start with mac and cheese, but hey, sometimes people do. Sometimes people have meals that are just mac and cheese.
Smoked mac and cheese, man. Have you had it?
Exactly.
So good.
No, I haven't, but I love that smoky taste, so I couldn't imagine how good that is. That might be my new favorite thing. But yeah, whether it be bologna sandwich, ribs, or an RC cola, you'd be in heaven as far as the meat and the service. They're so nice and attentive. It's highly recommended to check out Roy's. Me and Chris are going to go down there and try the Ez Fernando's quesadillas. They're fantastic, out of this world. And even if you want to barbecue at home, if you don't want to take your meat to the tailgate at the Titans game because you know you're going to be sad, just barbecue at home with your friends and be sad there, and at least you'll be comfortable in your own house. But yes, because they have raw meat to go. The weather, which shout out to Chris for this amazing graphic. Look at that. That is beautiful. And it's going to be a beautiful day. I think the humidity's down. Anything under 60, I'm going to like. Partly cloudy. The high is 79. The low is actually 54 tonight. It's going to get a little bit chilly, which I don't know. Would you say that's chilly?
Oh yeah, that's a good crisp night.
That is a crisp night, absolutely. But yeah, mostly sunny, partly cloudy. That more sun than clouds. And we're gonna have us a nice day. Despite we're just gonna forget about yesterday. Yesterday didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Not a thing. At least we still have our quarterback, unlike some teams.
That's true. And no Malik Willis chance started last night, so that's good. It's
a positive. So about that RC Cola,
yes,
I have one
can version,
but it's a new flavor, It's called Berries and Cream, and it is a limited time flavor. So we're going to try it on the air this morning.
Oh my goodness.
RC Cola. Oh, don't you love that pop right there? Berries and Cream RC Cola right here. Established 1905, by the way, Royal Crown. This is
I'm gonna mute myself. I'm laughing way too hard. And verdict?
Getting little berries on the palate, little cream, little berries and palate, berries and cream on the palate.
Berries and cream, berries and cream.
Yes.
Are you a little lad that likes berries and cream?
I am, in fact. That's actually pretty good.
Is it really? Where'd you get it from?
Like, the gas station across the street this morning.
No kidding. They're just out here.
Yeah, I was not aware that it was a thing, and so I saw it and I was like, "Oh, I'm trying this on the air this morning."
You waited. I love that. That's awesome. So
it's actually really kind of good. Go out and find you a berries and cream RC Cola.
Out of 10, what do you give it?
For a soda,
yeah,
it is fruity and it's really sweet. It's not, I don't like sweet sodas. I'm more into, I want a Coke or
right.
It tastes like it's a sweeter Dr. Pepper.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
That's kind of no, that's what it's the tropical Skittles.
Yes. Okay. See, those are always
that's exactly what it is. And it's so
nice.
Good.
That actually is
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay,
that's
a really good number. I can't drink drinks like that because it makes me for some reason, this is not gonna make any sense, or it might makes me more thirsty. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
that's
back of
my throat.
Yeah, that's part of the thing. I mean, that's part of the thing about sodas, and that's their goal is to make you drink more. So
that's also the conspiracy with chapstick. You heard of that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, chaps your lips more, so you need to buy more.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I had
could be wrong, but
could be wrong. I don't know.
Could just totally not be true.
Hey, we've got some fun stuff coming your way. We've got 3 great news stories to get to. Say great, not really, actually, but they are important. They're important news stories. They're not great news stories. They're great writing and great reporting, but stories not so much. So we'll get to the top 3 stories on the other side of the break. Also, my buddy Matt Mitchell from down in Alabama, he put out his weekly SEC roll call, which is a little video that he does where I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'd rather just show it to you.
It's a great name for that.
So, it's really good. So we'll show you that a little bit later and show you how to follow him as well. So come back with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We'll get to our top 3 stories right after this. We'll be right back on Main Street Media TV.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps is, we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're gonna have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk. Jody Jones Dentistry can handle all your dental needs, from the basics to cosmetic procedures. All of this in the nicest dental facility I have ever seen. Jody has done it right. They're located conveniently at 55 Music Square East, and for an appointment, it's simple. Dial 615-259-5100 and tell them Plaz sent you.
I was looking for a major where I didn't have to do math or science. And when I took, so my sophomore year, I just took a ton of different classes trying to figure out something I liked, and one of them was Journalism 101. And it was like, well, this is great. You get to ask people questions and find out about them and then write about it. What could be better? So that's how I got into it.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Look down. Man, that tour bus there looks like it's full on top. Are we? We must be honoring the Queen with the double-decker tour bus.
Yeah, how about that? And they're not even getting crazy rowdy like you always see every single bus in Nashville do.
No woo girls this early.
So it was pouring down rain yesterday when we got to we took the train down for the game, and as soon as we got off, you're right in front of Hard Rock and like all the bars and everything, and they were still pedal taverns going crazy in the pouring rain, like as if it was the nicest day on earth.
Well, you have to reserve those like so far in advance that it's not like you can just not do it.
That's true.
You gotta go for it, man. Go with it.
Right. I guess if you're in the mood to get on a pedal tavern, rain, sleet, or snow, you're not going to care.
Yeah. I promise you, if you are into that sort of thing, you're just going to do it. And trust me, by the time that about halfway through that ride, they didn't care whether it was rain, snow, sleet, or hail.
They probably couldn't tell.
Exactly. That is usually how that goes. But
right.
It is a beautiful day in downtown Nashville, man. I mean, look at that.
It is.
It's just an absolutely fantastic day. And
It's
it's only going to get better. Only going to get better. 79 for the high. I am all in 100% every time.
Absolutely. We should have had class outside today.
Today would have been the day. Let's take a look at our top 3 stories.
Let's do it.
We'll start with the attorneys for former House Speaker Glenn Casada are asking to delay his federal trial in order to prepare his defense, including conducting his own independent investigation on the evidence, according to a court document filed on Friday. Casada and his former chief of staff, Cade Cothran, were indicted last month for their alleged involvement in a bribery and kickback scheme involving the state legislative postage allowance. State legislators are allowed $3,000 per year in state-paid postage to communicate with constituents. According to the indictment, Casada, Cothran, and former state rep Robin Smith secretly operated a constituent mail vendor business called Phoenix Solutions, but told colleagues in the legislature the business was run by fake political consultant Matthew Phoenix. The trio submitted nearly $52,000 in false invoices to the state in the scheme. Quesada and Cawthorn pleaded not guilty to the charges, including bribery, kickbacks, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Quesada waived his right to a speedy trial in a filing on Friday. Mr. Quesada intends to vigorously defend against the allegations in the indictment, the filing states, requesting time to analyze the government's disclosed evidence and conduct an independent investigation. Pre-trial disclosures list thousands of pages, multiple recordings, and contents of devices searched by law enforcement. The documents amount to 805 files, 151 folders, totaling 296 gigabytes of data. Mr. Quesada submits that it is in the interest of justice to continue the trial of this matter so that he can adequately prepare, the filing states. As of Friday afternoon, the court had not yet granted a delay, but the filing indicated no opposition from attorneys for the government. No indication Quesada will leave office early either. He remains a member of the House of Representatives, the former House Speaker who stepped down from the speakership role after a vote of no confidence from Republican colleagues in 2019, did not run for re-election to the state House this year and was defeated handily in his bid for Williamson County Clerk this spring. But unlike former Senator Katrina Robinson, who was removed from her seat after conviction on the federal charges this February, there is no effort to remove Quesada from his office before his term expires in a few months. The House Ethics Committee is aware of Representative Quesada's indictment and the charges brought against him, Doug Kuffner, a spokesperson for House Speaker Cameron Sexton, said. As has been the longstanding practice with any situation that is elevated to this level, committee members, staff, and legal counsel have been and will continue monitoring this case as it makes its way through the legal system. They will take the appropriate action should it become necessary. House ethics rules exist to maintain the integrity and reputation of the chamber, prohibiting members from taking actions that abuse their official position or create personal conflict of interest. Quesada's charges differ significantly from those made against Robinson. While Robinson's offenses occurred before she was elected to office and had no direct link with her service in the Senate, Quesada's alleged crimes deal specifically with resources and connections only available to him because of his elected office. Yet, he remains. It is essential in the conduct of public business that representatives hold the respect and confidence of the people. House ethics standards read, representatives should avoid conduct that even appears to violate the trust that the people have placed in them. Sentencing proceedings for Robin Smith's charges connected with Phoenix Solutions are delayed until January, according to court filings this week. She had been scheduled for sentencing in October before that date that had been set for the Quesada and Cawthorn trials. Her attorney, David Bridgers, confirmed in the filings that Smith plans to testify in the Quesada trial. All right, Justin, here's a crazy one for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
The driver of a semi-tractor trailer led law enforcement officers from Clarksville Police and deputies with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office on a pursuit through Clarksville that came to an end in Oak Grove, Kentucky.
Wow.
Shortly before 6 p.m., dispatchers began receiving multiple calls regarding the driver of the truck driving recklessly on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard, hitting several vehicles and causing damage. Now, several patrol vehicles from both departments pursued the vehicle, attempting to get the driver to stop. The semi drove down Wilma Rudolph Boulevard to the 101st Airborne Division Parkway and headed towards Fort Campbell Boulevard. He then turned south onto Fort Campbell Boulevard and right onto Lafayette Road. The driver continued to the Purple Heart Parkway, then turned north onto Fort Campbell Boulevard and continued north into Kentucky. Now, once in Kentucky, agencies there took over the pursuit, which ended near the Oak Grove Walmart when the semi-driver exited the vehicle, was taken into custody after a short foot pursuit. Officers and deputies worked together to block off intersections to minimize the damage to citizens. At this time, there have been multiple crashes reported, but there are no reports of any life-threatening injuries. Now, due to the seriousness of the situation, the Clarksville Police Department will assign a detective to investigate this case, and all reports will be funneled to the District 1 Criminal Investigations Division. The suspect was taken into custody in Kentucky, and CPD will work on getting him extradited to Tennessee. Anyone with information or additional video footage is asked to please contact Detective Lucas at 931-648-0656, extension 5270.
And send it over to us. We'd love to see the video.
Yes. So this is interesting. The phone number here, the 3 digits after the area code 648. Those are the 3 digits that my childhood phone number began with.
Really?
That's interesting there.
That hopefully, that's I don't if law enforcement doesn't believe in coincidence, because Chris,
There's that. I don't believe in coincidence either. So
they
it
may.
is.
Man,
They
look
may
at
need
his
to have
tire.
no, the entire tire is flat. Okay. And you can't see it here, but the front bumper is also torn completely off.
I mean, I could see maybe he didn't see the cops because his whole right side mirrors are gone.
The entire the right side mirror gone, the front tire just shredded to pieces.
Is that a spike strip, you think?
Probably. I would guess. I mean,
It'd be hard to. I feel like if you're driving a semi and you see a spike strip, it doesn't really matter how far away you see it rolled out. It's gonna be kind of hard to avoid.
no, yeah, especially in a semi, you're not stopping that. I mean, what,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? You can't like drift and turn. The crazy thing is I mean, I guess this guy stole the truck. I mean, he doesn't sound
Right.
like he knows how to drive a semi. I mean, if you're,
I got
you're
you.
crashing into vehicles and that sort of thing, and then you run. So, like, yeah, this is.
So he dipped out, and then So we have not yet found him yet.
No. He was captured after a
Okay.
short foot pursuit. Clearly, he was not in good shape. Not in shape enough to run away from the police. So
Yeah, usually that 9 times out of 10 that battle, if you're running in a car and then you decide to get out on foot, it's like if you were fast enough to run on foot against a cop, you should probably just start that way
Started there.
instead of getting
Yeah.
into a car.
yeah, think of all the traffic laws you could have avoided, traffic citations you could have avoided there just by hopping out early. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. That's
Yeah, that
tough
is.
right there. But
Definitely.
it is interesting though. I mean that's because he took a truck that had a trailer on it.
Right.
I mean,
I wonder.
he didn't
So
get one that could just fly.
I guess it had to have been at, or does it say where it was stolen from?
It doesn't say that it's stolen at all. That is completely just.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
From
Based on his driving, I see. I got
based
you.
on his driving, his erratic driving, it doesn't appear that it would be something that someone who knows how to drive a truck would or could do. So,
Right.
anyway,
Goodness.
so yes, Justin, were you alive on 9/11?
So I was, yes. I actually was in 2nd grade.
Oh wow, okay.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, it was. I didn't quite. I was at school. Actually, we'll never forget when it happened. It was. I went to Carroll Oakland in Lebanon, and our teacher, they, when they pull out the TV, it's like okay, cool. Like today, we're just going to be able to watch TVs or watch movies or like when the teacher rolls out the TV, it's like okay, this might be
it's a good
an
thing.
easy day, And so we were kind of wondering, like, all right, awesome. Wonder what we're gonna watch. And she didn't say really a word about it until it was turned on. And we're looking at the buildings because it was just after the second plane hit, and we were really confused. And I remember having just complete nightmares about it up until for a very long time. It was just one of the most tragic things you see when you're that young. You don't really register what's going on, or like the impact
Sure.
of what it means. But then, seeing that it was such a big deal to others and, you look up to adults when you're a kid, seeing how much it affected them made you know that something very significant has just happened.
I was in 10th grade. It was interesting. I mean, that was one of those days where you knew something was coming. I mean, it was just it was just one of those days where, we kind of were curious if it was even real. Like we were like, is this true? Like this can't be true. I mean,
Exactly.
seriously. So it was crazy. We spent most of our lunch hour talking about how, we were all big Toby Keith. Basically, we were just gonna go fight. Of course, we were 16.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Because
Yeah.
so 10th grade. So you were able to kind of like understand what was going on at the time.
We were ready to sign up for the military. I mean, if
Right.
the recruiter had come to our school that day, it would have been
That's the best day possible to do it.
So, I mean, seriously, we were pretty gung ho right then. It was
Right.
wild. And on the 21st anniversary down here in Columbia yesterday, the city honored those who lost their lives and loved ones on September 11th, 2001, with a ceremony at Station Number 1's Firefighters Park. Columbia Fire Chief Ty Cobb said, "We think about the 8 EMTs and paramedics, 60 police officers, 343 firefighters, 2,997 civilians that lost their lives that morning. I want to thank each and every one of you for the support of our first responders, police officers, sheriff's deputies, and 911 dispatchers who answer the call. For the city's first responders here in Columbia, remembering those heroes who risked their lives to rescue strangers from a building that would eventually collapse is important locally and nationally. Here, the memorialization remains year-round at the park. Many memorials have been erected across America to both recognize the lives that were taken and the selfless individuals that showed an unnatural level of bravery. The residents of Columbia are blessed to have one of those memorials in the heart of the city," Columbia Fire and Rescue engine driver and project lead of Firefighters Park, Chris Chumley, said. While the park honors fire and rescue departments, it was built for everyone in our community. It serves as a gateway into the Columbia Arts District and as a gathering place for community events. Columbia Mayor Chaz Mulder and Vice Mayor Krista Martin each spoke at the event, passing along their gratitude to the first responders of the city. "I want to say a special thank you to everyone for being here this morning, to Chief Cobb and all of Columbia Fire and Rescue to allow the opportunity for our community to join communities across the nation today and across the world who are remembering this very solemn occasion," Mulder said. "To me, what sticks out isn't where I was or what I was doing, but what happened in the days and weeks after 9/11 and the unity that this country had." The park is undergoing expansion and fundraising effort currently. A brick mural is planned for the park with engraved bricks for purchase available at $100 each. All of the engraved bricks are being replaced with a higher quality brick, including laser etched text. They will be replaced section by section over the next few months, and the newly constructed mural wall will be painted honoring first responders, according to Chumley. The painted bricks show the community how dedicated Columbia Fire and Rescue is to protecting the citizens. Our core values can be seen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, printed on the park plaza: duty, honor, trust, and integrity. Columbia Fire and Rescue lives by these core values to help lead our community to an even brighter future. I believe that Columbia Fire and Rescue is an example to other fire departments across the state and across the nation. This park will always be special to those who served in the fire service, those who loved and served this city, and recognize those who have lived here," Chumley said. So there you have it. It was a
Very
great
well
ceremony
said.
yesterday morning. Great ceremony.
One of
And
my favorite things about, which obviously favorite things about a very tragic day, was I heard on a documentary that I was watching from someone that was inside of the building on a higher floor when the first plane hit, and everybody was kind of, unfortunately, a lot of people got trapped to go down the elevators or down the staircase, and a woman said once disaster struck, nobody was like, "Hey, get out of my way, I got to get out of here." Every single person looked to each other and made sure that they all were going to get out together. There was some sort of humanity type feeling amongst everybody involved, and it was just interesting because they nobody knew each other really personally at that point, but it was something where, like, you weren't stepping over somebody to get out the door. You were making sure the person you were stepping over was coming with you. Like, "You're not staying here. You're coming with me. We're getting out of here."
It's interesting because you're right and especially in a city that is kind of has the stigma of
Mhm.
selfish people.
Right, exactly. Humanity kicks in, and it's
In
just
businesses that are kind of selfish in nature,
right.
and all of those people were more worried about their neighbor next to them than themselves, and it truly was one of the most uniting things that happened in this country. Now, it didn't unite everyone.
Right.
Obviously, there was a period of time where if you even had a iota appearance to be Middle Eastern.
Like your pigment of your skin.
Yeah, I mean that if you looked Middle Eastern at all, you
Right.
weren't treated very well. And
No, I know.
that's part of. It's unfortunate. We have to
Very.
learn from those type of things, and we have to be better as a society. And I believe that over the last 2 decades, we've found a way to be better and a way to find common ground.
Right.
Hopefully, we can find that common ground sooner rather than later again.
Right.
Here soon. But our hearts continue 21 years later to go out to the families, and our thanks to those first responders. Those people who do the stair walk every year.
Right. Oh man.
Time where a guy he couldn't go, so he put on his entire gear, went to a Planet Fitness, and walked the 186 stair flights or something, whatever it was.
Yep. I remember that.
That's crazy.
That's very wild.
Thank you to those first responders who are still, fighting those fights every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's huge.
That's you find out your fight or flight, and, the people that just take charge in situations like that to make sure, their safety may be at risk, but it's something they don't even think about. Yep. And yeah, you're right. Shout out to them, and they're better men and women than I am.
Same. All right, let's take a quick break, Justin, and when we come back, we will continue Mornings on Main Street here on Main Street Media TV. Stick around.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com. When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
At WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics, we pride ourselves in providing access, innovation, and a patient experience second to none. Access to care and treatment when you need it. Innovation with medical-led cosmetics and various on-site technologies for full-service treatments with a customer experience that is calming, casual, and effective. Independently owned, providing medical, surgical, pediatric, and cosmetic dermatology and more. Visit wellskinmd.com to schedule your appointment today. WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics. Access to healthier skin.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
Beautiful day here in Middle Tennessee. Hope you guys are enjoying it. And man, what a fantastic day. I expect it to be all day long. Looks like we got blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but
Absolutely.
blue skies do I see. But if you want to, Justin, let's pull up this video. I told you about SEC roll call earlier.
Okay.
So let's pull up this video. We'll watch this and then we could talk about it. But this is Matt Mitchell. He is you can find him on Facebook at AL Ostrich. He's also on Twitter at AL Ostrich and on Instagram as well. There's a long story behind why he's the ostrich, but it's the newspaper in our local town was called the Daily Mountain Eagle. And he started in 2012 with a fake Twitter account because the newspaper didn't have a Twitter account.
Oh, interesting.
Didn't do Twitter. And so he created one, Daily MTN Eagle, and posted fake news, just like made up random stuff. And so like eventually, the matter of fact, the company, Cleveland Newspapers, which is actually in Cleveland, Tennessee, who owns the paper, threatened to sue him. and they were like, no, it's parody. You can't sue me for that. But instead of an eagle in the logo, he had an ostrich.
Oh, I see.
And so like over time, he just became known as the ostrich.
That's clever.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, and it's continued, and he worked and did a lot of great things in Alabama. But now he is kind of working on his own, and this is one of the things that he does, and it gets millions of views on TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and all the social medias. But it's hilarious, and I want you to see it. So if you can, go find him at AL Ostrich on whatever social media you want. But this is SEC Roll Call Week 2.
There's no more late night West Coast games. Okay, we're the SEC. We dictate the schedule around here.
Hey, do you have a second?
We're the greatest conference in college football. We make the little guys come to us, then we cut them a check, whoop their butt, and send them home.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry, y'all. Coach said that 2 a.m. games in the desert were actually good for passing yards.
You mean the same coach that walks barefoot through an office that's decorated like an Alvin's Island? What's wrong with you? Did you swallow a Zen pouch again?
No, I just had like a little scary with Texas.
You lost to Texas?
Almost lost to Texas. Okay, at least one of your precious top 10 teams did not lose this weekend.
I hate you so much. Well, that still doesn't make us look great. You got to go out there and show SEC superiority. We were all rooting for you.
Who is we? I would lick every peg game at a Cracker Barrel before I root for Alabama. I'm just going to say it. I think they paid the refs. They missed a lot of calls. I know Alabama is not complaining about the refs. I'm just saying I think we should reevaluate letting Texas come in here. Or you just let me play them twice.
Arkansas, wait, did you?
Oh, yeah.
But did you?
No, I did not crush South Carolina's spirit. That does not seem possible for some reason. I'm still full of unearned optimism. They didn't even let me bring my marching band.
They gave you seats.
Well, not for the whole $1 million band, just like 75 cents worth.
Texas is coming, okay, y'all? That is a done deal. I mean, yes, they're not as good as they were a decade ago. And maybe the boosters are slowly destroying the program.
Did somebody say my name?
Here I was thinking this was going to be an easy week too, but apparently not. So did anybody else here struggle with an unranked, out-of-conference opponent?
Not this guy.
Good to hear. Can somebody translate?
Yeah, he was a shutout.
Thank you. Oh, Auburn.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but I'm a basketball school now. You can do both. It's not hard. Hey, go ahead and put me down for first place in the East.
Okay. But you know that's probably not going to last, right?
Well, that's what you think. Along with a lot of other people. I just like to look at it, okay?
Florida, are you okay? You didn't buy into the hype, did you?
No, I still owe Dan Mullen like $12 million, so I can't afford to buy anything. I regret to inform the conference that my winning streak is no longer intact.
Oh, but we're still so proud of you for starting 2-0.
Why are y'all so easy on him?
Not because he's our sweet, precious little genius, yes you are.
He's really not that sweet.
Well, let me guess, you two lost then, didn't you?
Nope. I've been telling y'all, Tennessee is back, baby.
You know how this is going to end, right?
Oh, yeah. Somehow that makes it hurt even worse. Yeah, that's not the case here. Go ahead and put an L by my name.
Oh, I did before the season even started. Please tell me that it was at least close.
Not even a little bit.
And I'm sure they weren't even ranked.
No, but they were a Power 5 school.
Well, yeah. We don't lose to schools that play their bowl game a week before Christmas.
What? You don't know? Ooh, I need to get out of here.
Know what?
That I dominated. Does that make up for last week?
No, it was Southern.
Yeah, but I put 65 on them.
Good Lord, LSU, that's your neighbor. There's only like 2 Raising Canes between y'all.
Yeah, Coach saw that Notre Dame score and got real nervous.
What happened to Notre Dame?
They lost to Marshall.
A Sun Belt school? Oh man, that is embarrassing.
He really doesn't know. I think I'm going to throw up again.
Oh, A&M. I'm sorry. I did not mean to leave you out. Honestly, I don't have any information on your game except that it was apparently a cupcake week.
No.
And you paid them $1.5 million to come to you.
Are you doing this on purpose?
Well, that's a lot of zeros. I just assumed that you got the W.
No, never do that.
You do have one of the highest paid coaches in the #1 recruiting class in the country. I tell you what, this little shining star, that's the future. What is that noise?
So, everybody locked their cars, right? Y'all remember, lift with your knees. Oh, this ain't my first rodeo. Expand the playoffs now, cowards!
That was good. That was good. You're spot on.
I mean, that's expand the playoffs now. That's so good. I mean, you don't know.
I think I'm going to throw up.
Oh gosh, it was a crazy week in the SEC, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, it started out with the big noon kickoff, and breakfast with the Crimson Tide doesn't happen often, especially in a big game like this, and they didn't handle it well.
No. So the golden question: did Alabama play not that great, or did Texas just come out and smack them?
That's a really good question. I mean, I don't know the answer to that. Like it's hard to say yes. Absolutely, Alabama just played poorly, and that's why Texas was in it. And they're not used to playing 11 o'clock games and all this, that, and the other. But I mean, honestly, no excuses, man. I mean, the #1 team in the country. We were told coming in that this might be the best Alabama team in the history of Nick Saban. And clearly they did not look like it, at least until the fourth quarter when Bryce Young took over. So,
Right. Did you see that roughing the passer call against Bryce Young where it should have been a safety? Or, I mean, I don't know. From my angle, let me see if I could find it. It definitely looked like so we got tackled in the end zone, and he tried to throw the ball up. And just to get rid of it, because he didn't want to get sacked in the end zone. And since he let go of it while he was following, and someone thought it was a fumble, they jumped on him or jumped around him, hit Bryce Young, and they called it roughing the passer, even though it wasn't a pass. He was just trying to get rid of it. It should have been intentional grounding and / safety / but no, 15 yards and first down for Alabama.
No, they didn't get the first down. They ended up having to punt. But
gotcha.
I think they got it right.
You think so?
I do, because here's what happened. And there's a still shot of Bryce Young's leg probably being on the ground, but even in video time, I mean, that's not what you're looking for.
Right.
Two, as you're watching the replay and watching the video, if it's not what you're looking for, two, in real time, you can't really see it. You can see it on a still shot that his calf may have hit the ground. But so what happens here? Go ahead and play it.
Okay.
And I'll explain kind of if you want to mute it though. So
sure.
I will do my best to try to explain what exactly is going on. Okay. So he drops back, right? And then he's tackled, but he rolls on top. Okay. So then you see the ball hit the helmet of the player, and then the flag comes in because, like you said, they thought it could have been potentially a roughing the passer call because for whatever reason, I don't know. I think he just thought it was targeting. So long story short, what you're seeing here is when he rolls over,
So right there.
Throws. Keep going, just a little bit. One right there. Do you see the white jersey?
Yes.
Okay, so because that player
was in the vicinity.
is in the vicinity, and the ball is tipped off the helmet of a Texas player. You watch the ball hit a Texas player's helmet. That's why the ball flies away like that.
Gotcha.
So it's not intentional grounding. It's not a safety because they didn't call him down by contact, though he probably was. You just can't see that's his hand on the ground, not his forearm, and your hand doesn't count.
And by that time he threw it.
And then he throws it. So therefore he wasn't down. Again, the still shot from the front angle shows that his calf may have been down, but again, that's not what you're looking for as an official. But the way that what they called when they came out and changed the call completely, I thought they got it right. Should have been 4th down because it was an incomplete pass.
Right.
Bama had to punt.
Gotcha. Okay, so real time, you were like that was the right call.
I was very confused why they threw a flag at any point.
Right, like kind of like it should have been just an incomplete pass.
Right. I don't know why the flag came in so late. It just didn't make any sense to me.
And the guy was what blows my mind is look at the ref on the last part. He's just right there. Like to me,
how do you call that targeting? It just doesn't make any sense. So anyway, I'm not sure, but that's what I saw. That's the way that I thought the officials on the back end got it right. And honestly, in the world of instant replay, that's all we're asking for.
For sure,
just get it right. I mean, we don't care if you made the right call on the field, the wrong call on the field. When you look at the video, make the call.
Right, like it
should be.
Exactly. There should be no pride as in like, I shouldn't say that it's right. It's basically like the classic, your parents said, oh, it's because I said so.
Exactly. No, that is 100% what officials do 90% of the time. So for them to come out and say, look, it wasn't targeting, it wasn't roughing the passer. We've got 4th down. It's nothing.
Right.
It's just an incomplete pass.
Gotcha.
I thought they did a great job doing that. Well done to the officiating crew.
For sure.
Them props for that. So
I gotcha. I actually didn't know the outcome because I did only see that short. And on Twitter, it was like they called this roughing the passer, and I was livid.
No.
I was like, how?
No. I was very confused too. Like I thought this is the worst call of the day, and there were some pretty bad ones.
Right. Then you start thinking about the whole it's because it was Alabama thing and, that conspiracy.
Well, and these were Big 12 refs. So, typically you would have the visiting team typically brings their officials. But apparently they made an agreement to use Big 12 officials in this one. So
my dad, one last thing on the Alabama game. So my dad wasn't sure who had won up to that point. So he was watching ESPN and they were doing a press conference, and when he had tuned in, it was in the middle of a press conference that Nick Saban was doing, and he was talking. The way he was speaking made him think that they lost because of how, like, not degrading, but just like how down he was about
frustrated he was. And no, I mean that's the thing about Nick Saban. He doesn't care about the score at the end of the game. Is the last thing Nick Saban is worried about.
Good point.
And it's just and that's part of the process. That's part of what makes Alabama great is they're not worried about the score. They just do what they do no matter what it is, whether it's 65-0 or 3-0 or they're losing 20-17. He doesn't care.
Right. Right.
If you go out and every single play, you do the best, you are the best possible version of yourself and you execute.
You do your job.
If you do your job on every single play, it doesn't matter because the score is going to take care of itself.
Right.
If you do your job every play.
Like, yeah, if you stand across your assignment and you beat your assignment, everything will fall into place.
Exactly. The score doesn't matter because it's going to take care of itself. And that's the process.
Right.
I hate it because it works. It makes me angry.
I know. Heck of a game.
But yeah, he's never going to be happy with a poor performance, win or lose.
Right.
That's
You're right. Even if they won by 65.
Exactly. I mean, if he thought they played poorly and they still won by 20, he'd be mad. So,
Right. I remember one of my favorite ever Nick Saban stories was Trent Richardson. They were beating a team, I think it was like UAB by like 52 points. Trent Richardson
certainly not playing UAB. They wouldn't be caught dead playing UAB.
Yeah, well, like some kind of like small school, and they were beating the crap out of them by like 45 points. Trent Richardson is like fourth quarter. Trent Richardson goes in and runs it, fumbles it. It comes back to the sidelines and
gets an earful.
Well, Nick Saban sat him the rest. It was a junior year, sat him the rest of the year. He didn't touch another football.
He doesn't play around, man.
Yeah, it's insane.
So, anyway, tell you what, let's throw up today's National Calendar Day.
Let's do it.
Because I am here for this. Chocolate Milkshake Day.
With that straw too. I mean, that just looks that is a chocolate milkshake.
That's a paper straw.
That's amazing.
That's a paper straw. I can't drink out of a paper straw. Certainly can't drink a milkshake out of a paper straw.
That's true. Paper straws are kind of the worst, but it looks good.
Ever made. It looks delicious. And the cool factor of the paper straw is awesome. The execution of the paper straw I'm in favor of.
The efficiency of it is something to be said.
Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good at all. But what's your favorite chocolate milkshake?
My favorite, like from where or
where do you get your favorite chocolate milkshake?
So I live very close to Sonic. So I'm a huge Sonic milkshake guy, but I've recently discovered, which is kind of sad that it's been recent, but Cookout has an amazing selection.
Cookout's got the best shakes, man.
It blew my mind. I was like, wait, you have 50,000 shakes? Can I get one?
and I can get any flavor I want.
Right.
What?
And your ice cream machine is not down.
and it works. Yeah. No. I used to get a peanut butter shake with like chocolate. It was like frozen chocolate on top. The stuff you squirt on there and it gets hard on the top.
Yes, like the drizzle.
Okay. Yeah, and then it just like so. I loved that. But my favorite chocolate shake has got to be a Frosty.
Oh yeah, from Wendy's.
Yeah, I mean
it's a classic.
It's a little different. I guess technically my favorite chocolate shake is a Bushwhacker, but that's it's neither here nor there.
Yeah, mine's actually just hard liquor.
that's all. It's just the rum. It's a Bushwhacker minus.
Shake it up though.
But no, I love chocolate milkshakes, and I'm not a big I'm not a big chocolate like ice cream guy, but I do love chocolate milkshakes.
Me too. That's
chocolate milk is way better.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Hands down, the best type of milk for sure.
And finally, last one. National Video Game Day.
Yes.
What's your favorite video game?
Currently, I just downloaded Madden 23.
Okay.
Because I would love
because it's trash.
To do a franchise. I know it's just the same exact mechanics. I'm like, okay, real quick side note. EA Sports owns FIFA. FIFA's mechanics and the way they move around are fantastic on the field. Why can't those mechanics be used for running the ball in Madden?
Good question.
Because that would be amazing.
The same engine.
Exactly. I don't know if they have some sort of beef within that office.
Well, the NFL has an exclusive rights agreement with EA Sports, which means that they have no competition. And if you don't have any competition, why work harder?
That's a good point too.
Little taking advantage there. But yeah, I think my favorite video game is probably Tiger Woods on the Wii.
Ooh, on the Wii.
Yes, love playing Tiger Woods on the Wii.
I just love. I'm picturing like you coming home from a stressful day and just getting the Wii out.
That's it.
playing 18.
And you can play the best holes in the world. You got to actually swing the little remote. It's fun.
They're coming out with Tiger Woods 2K23.
Mm-hmm. But it won't be on the Wii.
No, you're right.
I have to learn how to do it with the joysticks, and that's just not as fun.
You're right. You're not as in it.
No, you're not. I need to be involved.
Exactly.
I feel like I'm actually doing something here. So
Talking to a caddy that's not there.
that's exactly what I'm doing. It's just talking to Charlie. Like, what do you think, Charlie?
Remote here.
And
Remote
she's
here.
like, and she's just like, ball. Ball.
You're like exactly what I was thinking.
Oh man, let's get out of here. It's been a great Monday. I will be out of town for the next 3 days, which means I'm leaving it in the hands of Justin and Jason Goolsby.
Yes.
So y'all take care of them. I'll be back on Friday. Looking forward to it. For all of us here at Main Street Media TV. Thank you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.